Welcome to a brand new episode from Zach Malin Collectibles. Today, Top Series 2 has landed on the channel for today's release day, and we have baseball's latest and hottest new product. We're all in on Top Series 2. We have almost every variation of this product, and we're ready to get our rip started. What better way than with a hobby box? Will we hit any bangers? Stay tuned and find out. Hey now YouTube, thank you for joining us once again here at Zach Malin Collectibles. Today we have baseball's hottest new product. We have Topps Series 2 Baseball. As mentioned, we're all in. We have pretty much almost all the variations of this product, including retail, hobby, and jumbo. And we're going to get our rip started today the right way. We're going with a hobby box. As you can see, we have one hobby box here that we purchased during pre-order, and we paid $117.99 or $118. So we have it here. If you go ahead and look on Topps' website, I was surprised to find out as of this recording that they still had hobby and jumbo boxes available. In fact, they were only marking it up $10 more than at pre-order. So I believe you can find them for $127.99, but we paid $117.99. So what can we find in this hobby box? Well, unfortunately, it's either or. So we're going to get either an auto or a relic card. So we're not getting both. Just like how they had changes done as well with the jumbo, we're only getting one or the other. So we can get the home field advantage here and other great cards. So without further delay, you see who the cover guys are on this box. Paul Skeens, Vlad Guerrero, we got Sandy Koufax, and Willie Mays. So we are going to get this rip started. All right, the seal has been broken. Here goes. This should be fun. It's always fun when you get a hobby box, which means you get a bunch of packs. Now, will we say the same at the end of this rip? So for about $118, that's a decent price for a hobby box nowadays. I know I keep hearing a few years ago that, it was maybe close to $100, but now, yeah, I got things crisscross here today. And but for what things go for, $200-300, $118 is not too bad. We will take it, in other words. Okay, so we're going to use these Series 2 Hobby exclusive packs at the end. Usually you get some Mojos there. And let's see, I just felt something thick. We got all our packs lined up. We are ready to rip. And since we have a new product, one variation of this product will definitely show up in our end of the month giveaway. So stay tuned for information on that. At the very least, a value pack, if not a blaster box, will show up. All right, so here we go. Pack number 1 to get things started. So the design is the same. There's some cards that we are chasing here. I saw a Murakami home field advantage. I'd love to get that. Last year, we picked up a Tarek Schoolball home field advantage from a hobby box. All right. There's a lot of cards that we're going to go through here. So we're just going to get right to it. If we overlook something and it's a banger, let me know. There's a Roman Anthony on the 75th. And that was pretty much it. That was not a good way to start things out. All right, on to the next one. Hobby box. So basically it's the same design. We've just got other cards or variation photos that are involved as well, plus players that did not show up in Series 1. It didn't look at the checklist. Oh, look, there's a Hank Aaron card. Ooh, okay. A glove work of Hank Aaron. That's a nice one. I don't think we've ever pulled a Hank Aaron card from anything, so we'll sleeve it up. Nice little insert there. He is one of the cover guys. All right, so we got something a little different, as you can see in this pack. At least we got an insert. All right, on to the next one. You're looking for an auto, preferably over a relic. But we'll take an auto, and we will take a case hit. Like a home field advantage or all aces. Right? Did you see that there's a Cam Schlittler all aces that's out, supposed to be in this product as well? He's balling out. A lot of good young arms. The Miz is balling out. Don't know if they've got a Miz home field advantage. They got one for Cam Schlittler's all aces. All right, we're going to get a Tyler Locklear, and it is just a foil of Tyler Locklear. At least I'm glad it wasn't an auto. All right, moving on. Here we go. So I have not seen any videos, guys. I haven't had time to check out any videos. So we are saving all of our first look of this product for our rip here on the channel. All right, we're going to get a Paul Skeens League Leaders. It is a 1.97. You could see on a foil of Paul Skeens. Oh, there you go. We get a Murakami. So there is our first for Topps Series 2, because I don't think he's on Topps Series 1, a Murakami base. All right, he is one of the guys that is a Japanese player that we are collecting that is not part of the Dodgers. Normally we collect the Dodger Japanese players, but we're collecting Murakami cards now as well. On to the next one. Get right through all this base here, unless we hit some Murakami cards, which we will take. Eldridge, he's a good one. We're going to get a 75th of Kristen Yelich. He's not really all-star quality now, in my opinion. All right. Keep it going. All of this base we will trade in for a case hit, all aces. All right, what's the other one? The All Kings, right? We have a card of Austin Hedges. It was flipped upside down. Austin Edges, that might be something. Future Stars. Paul Gervais. I'm a Dodger fan. I've never heard of the guy. All right, we are going to get a Brian Reynolds on the purple. Is this numbered? We're very good at missing numbered cards. Okay, we can't miss that one. It's 102 out of 250. Brian Reynolds on the numbered purple. Okay. And for base. All right, on to the next pack. So who are you looking forward to in this product? Let me know in the comments. There's Rafael Flores. Rookie. Shohei. There you go. There's a Shohei pitching card. All right, we'll take that. It's a base, but Shohei is our Wemby in baseball. Anything Shohei, we like to sleeve up. So there is a Shohei base pitching. I like that. All right, we're going to get a... Oh, don't tell me. Is this the Relic? City Connect? Uh-oh, don't tell me we got a Relic. It is a Willie Adames, 47 out of 50. City Connect. Is that it? Is the chase done? We're not going to get an auto. We're going to get a Relic off this hobby box. I mean, it's a numbered Relic, but that's pretty anticlimactic if that's the case. Well, let's hope for a case hit if that is the Relic over the auto. Maybe I chose the wrong box. I've got 2 boxes, but... All right. Moving along. And there's Chase Dollander, right? Or Delander. I think it's pronounced Delander, I guess. Gavin Lux with the Rays. Okay. All right. So, as mentioned, guys, we like to run giveaways on our channel. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button because our giveaways are they are subscriber exclusive giveaways. So in order to qualify, first thing is you need to be subscribed to the channel. You need to watch this video to the end. You need to like this video. You need to hype or share this video. You need to comment, and in the comment section we like to ask a few questions to engage you. So why don't we go ahead and do that in a bit. All right, we got Matt Olson glove work. And we continue. All right, so I guess one good question is, who is the biggest surprise, all right, thus far in the major leagues? Who has done really well or done really bad, okay? So it could be either way. They are baseball's biggest surprise, either because they're doing surprisingly well or they are doing surprisingly horrible. All right, here is the Dodger, I won't join him, I'll beat him, Imai guy. So that is question number 1, and stay tuned for question number 2. Aaron Nola, we get a Acuna. All right, so we're coming down the home stretch. I hope we get something else aside from the City Connect Relic, but the odds would have it that we won't get anything. But I've seen in the past how sometimes these boxes are loaded with an auto and a relic. I think that happened to us once too. Or better yet, an auto and a case hit. Or a relic and a case hit. We'll take that. Okay. So stay tuned for our second question, which is going to be relevance to what happened tonight in the NBA. I know we're not ripping an NBA product, but if you watch the game of Game 4 NBA Finals, the Knicks versus Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs were but minutes away from tying it up and possibly flipping the whole script and making a come from behind 2-0 deficit in the finals, and they blew it. They blew a 29-point lead. 29-point lead. And of course, when you blow a 29-point lead, it's not the heart of just the Knicks that contributed to that. It is also the play of the Spurs. So our second question will sort of revolve around that. So stay tuned for that question. Getting a lot of base. They got to come back with something juiced, right? We only got one number card, the Brian Reynolds out of 250. There's a nice Bobby Witt. But on an insert, Edwin Diaz with the Dodgers. All right. Here we go. The Dodgers themselves blew a lead against the Pirates. Shohei was on the mound. He went 7, or he tried to go 7, and it sort of backfired. He was up 6-1, and then all hell broke loose. Pirates were able to score a bunch of runs. Shohei had to leave. They booted Shohei out of the game. There's Nolan Ryan. And the bullpen didn't do him any favors, and the Dodgers end up losing 9-8. So I'll tell you what, the Dodgers shouldn't be a surprise, but they're my team, and despite all the injuries that plague them, they're so deep. They still are near the top of the standings, both for the league as well as the overall best record. So I guess that is to be expected. All right, so we've been getting a bunch of cards that are not really doing anything for us. Okay, we're going to get a numbered card out of 399. It is going to be a Blaze Alexander out of 399. That's a nice action photo of Blaze. All right, don't worry if you can't see those on the stand. We'll get to those soon enough during the recap. So you're getting a lot of base in this product here. But we got 5 more packs, including this one, to make something special happen. All right. Let's see if it can happen. Trey Savage. There you go. Nice rookie of Trey Savage. And that seems to be it. All right. Final 4 packs. Hobby box. So thus far, not a lot of heat coming out of here. Even the special inserts, not a lot coming out so far. All right. There's a Blaze Alexander on the base. And pretty much that's all we're getting, I think, from this pack. A base pack. James Outman no longer on the team after being traded by the Dodgers to the Twins. They released him. All right, so we're down to 3 packs. Hopefully something big is brewing. All right, Future Stars. We got a flip card. It is of Heriberto Hernandez. It's just a foil of Heriberto. Andy Pajes, who's been balling out. We're down to final 2 packs of this hobby box. Looks like we may have just hit it with the City Connect. Hopefully not. Let's see. Freddie Peralta. We are going to get a George Brett. I was a big George Brett fan as a kid. Nice glove work of George Brett. And we are down to the final pack. All right, so our rip is about to end. So why not ask our final question to qualify you for our Top Series 2 value pack that we will definitely be giving out. We may also give away a blaster box. Not, sorry, a hanger box, but definitely a value pack we're going to give away. And any video related to Top Series 2 will qualify you for that particular giveaway. So you need to answer, we already asked question number 1, you need to answer our last question. And that being, as you saw, or you probably heard, the San Antonio Spurs blew a 29-point lead in the NBA Finals. So what is your greatest memory, that your greatest in terms of what you feel is the best, because maybe it was memorable to you, maybe it was something that had happened to your team in your favor or not, but what is, in your opinion, the greatest comeback or choke job, all right, in a big game that you can recall? So let's stick it to the sport of baseball, okay? So what is the greatest baseball choke job or comeback? It could be a series, it could be a game. You probably know the answer, my answer to that question. If not, look for it in the comments when people start giving their answer. But yeah, that's a pretty interesting question. What do you feel is the best or most memorable choke job or comeback in a baseball game or series? All right, so we get a flip card here. It's Luis Garcia Jr., not numbered. And it seems like that will be it. Okay, so what do we get? We saw that card. You saw this card here. this card here, this card here, this card here, and this card here. This is in replacement of the auto. It is a City Connect out of 50. We had some good inserts here. All right. And now we are leaving it all for this one right here. I almost forgot, huh? We didn't forget this pack here of Series 2 Hobby Exclusive Pack. So just one of these. I believe in the jumbo you'll probably get 2 of them. All right, so let's see what we get here. They're going to be like Mojos. That's what they've been in the past. Yep, they are. Okay, so we get an Aaron Judge on the 75th. We get a Cal Raleigh on the All-Star 75th. Don't tell me there's our All-Star. We get a Mariano Rivera. And lastly, we get a Zach Cole rookie. All right, so nothing numbered there. There you have it, guys. That is our venture into Topps Series 2. Tell us on how you think we did, or if you've already opened up your hobby box, what were the bangers you pulled from there? So we've got more, guys. We'll probably go and do the value box next to see if there is true value in the retail product. May do a jumbo. I know Mega hasn't arrived yet because it hasn't been released yet, but plenty more rips of Topps Series 2. Thank you for joining us, and take care. Happy viewing until the next one, guys.